Hello everyone and welcome back to episode 2 of Arch SMP, and we are here today after the first episode where we built up our little starter base over here, and it is looking wonderful. I think it turned out great, and you may notice I am in full diamond gear now, and this was actually a donation chest that the guys on the server have made me aware of. So I took out some bits of armor and things. You notice a pickaxe and I think a sword is what I took. The rest of the things were mine, and yeah, managed to get that stuff. So I will be putting that back into the donation station once I get things all set up. But for today, in this episode, I want to build up a barn over here so we can house some animal pens, things like that. And I think down here there'll be a path running down this way. There'll be eventually a wall that will split off this area. Some more buildings down there, and most of the town up in this general direction. But yeah, you see I've laid out the foundations of where the blocks are going to go for this barn. So this is the size of it. And I have prepared all the materials and things that we're going to need. So with that, I think there is not much else to say. So we will jump into the time lapse of the build and hopefully get it all finished up today. With this barn, I really wanted to go with the typical barn shape and design that was recognisable as a barn from a distance, and you would know that's what it was just by looking at it. But I did want to incorporate the colour scheme and block palette that we have gone for in our starter base, and that most of the other buildings in the area are going to follow. So the frame here and the main structure is stripped dark oak wood, and as you can see, using a little more of a circular styled roof, and then I'm going to have little side roofs coming off of the left and right, and obviously the big barn doors there at the front. Again, this is just to emphasise the barn shape and design that you normally see, and I think it will look cool once there is a large wheat field down at the bottom where the birch trees are there. And yeah, it's going to be a large wheat field and maybe some other farm things and in the future that could go down in that area. As you can see, for the little side roof areas that I mentioned, I'm going with spruce slabs and detailing those up with a little bit of spruce trapdoors just to add a little bit more interest to that, and covering this back section. I've added a little semi-circle oval at the back just to give it a little bit extra shape, and it gives us space on the inside to add in some ladders and things to get to the upper floor. When we move round and work on the barn doors, I came up with this little hinge design, and I think it looks pretty cool. As you can see, I've incorporated the granite and the brick in, as that is also featured on our starter base, and it's a bit more of that colour scheme and palette. Using the trapdoors here, I'm able to create a little bit of an angle design using the trapdoors layered in front of each other, and adds that little nice bit of depth as well. With the door finished, pretty happy with how it looks, and for the main roof section I wanted to go with acacia wood, stripped acacia logs mainly, using some acacia planks as a bit of texture, and that will be then messed up with some slabs and things with some bracing from spruce stairs, slabs and trapdoors going along. Help us break up that orange feel, as I don't want it to be too much of a bright colour and sharp contrast to the rest of the build. But we do have the acacia orange in the tower section of our starter base, so that fits in and ties everything in quite nicely to our barn section. So you see here that I'm adding in the little spruce bracing around, and that does really help the build, and it complements the bottom section and really helps the flow the eye up to the top where the acacia and the spruce meet. Moving on into the interior, clearing out of the floor, and for the main part of the floor and path I've just gone for oak slabs, oak planks sorry, and some coarse dirt. For the animal pens themselves, I've went for podzol, soul sand and soul soil. Gives it a more grimy look for animals to be living in. Decorated up with some fences to break up the pens, some lights here and there, and then obviously hay bales, cauldrons and everything that these animals would need in their little animal pens. Once that is decorated, we move upstairs, and this is just going to be a storage area. Lots of crates, barrels, hay bales, everything to signify that it has just been here for a while and it is used as a storage area. The final thing to do is work on the exterior, again adding in more barrels and hay bales to give that messed up look. Adding leaves, bone meal to the area, I cleared away this bamboo, and that is it, all settled into the environment, and I think it looks pretty cool. I'm very proud of how it turned out. I hope that you enjoyed the little video, and yeah, it is now a barn in our area on the SMP. I have a lot more work to do. I have to get some animals. As you can see, I have some already. I do need a horse, but I haven't found any to put in this section here. And yeah, some more work to do with getting the animals, and then I need to connect up the paths over here to my main little starter building here and get planning what I'm going to do next. I think I'm going to have some kind of castle or tower or something up on those mountains there leading down into this being the village down here. But with that, guys, thank you very much for watching. I do hope that you enjoyed this episode 2 of Arch SMP, and I hope you are looking forward to seeing what else we can build up here in our little village. So once again, thank you for watching. Until the next one, bye bye.